Hi everybody, this week on A9 News Kids, I'm going to be talking about the Russia-Ukraine war updates, Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, Turkey changing its name, and the China economy. The country of the week is Syria, and Sudan was the first to guess it. Congratulations! The extra fun segment is all about food, and in the Mandarin segment, you're going to be learning how to say the months of the year in Chinese. I really hope you enjoy. We are interviewing Jonathan Ravat, who is a really amazing person who works in interfaith dialogue and is a teacher. He is really inspiring and his advice is amazing. I really hope you enjoy, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment below because that would really help us. Thank you. It has officially been 100 days since the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine has said that in a video message, Russia is not winning the war and the victory shall be Ukraine's, as they have been defending their territory for 100 days. Russia is now advancing to a territory in Ukraine called Sloviansk, and many countries like the US are trying to get a ceasefire and stop the war. The EU has said that they will ban 2/3 of the oil imports from Russia immediately, and by the end of the year, they are attempting to stop 90% of all the oil and gas imports. They are currently importing 27% of their oil and gas from Russia, and Russia is gaining 400 billion euros a year from this. Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, marking her 70 years of reign as the British monarch, started on June 2nd, 2022. She was praised for staying her course, referring to her love of horse riding. She is the longest reigning British monarch, and these jubilees are really popular all around the UK. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex joined the ceremony despite them leaving the UK 2 years ago. The Prime Minister was also present, but he wasn't really popular there. Unfortunately, the Queen could not attend her Thanksgiving service as she felt a little discomfort during the Thursday ceremony. But what is a Jubilee in the UK? A Jubilee in the UK is a moment for everyone to reflect on the monarch's reign. They are really popular, and Queen Elizabeth and her great-great-grandmother, Queen Victoria, were both really known for them. Queen Victoria had her Golden Jubilee, and she was a monarch for 64 years. She had some really exquisite jubilees, but Queen Elizabeth is the only monarch to have had a silver, golden, sapphire, and platinum jubilee. Turkey, the country, changed its name officially from Turkey to Turkey. The foreign minister of Turkey said that this new name will increase its brand value, and for the president, this new name expresses culture, civilization, and the values of the Turkish nation. It's also to eliminate the common misassociation with the word Turkey. Turkey, the term, is also sometimes used to express failure. Now, international organizations will have to use a new name, but it might take a few years for the public to entirely change and switch from Turkey to Turkey. They had also tried to change the name a long time ago in the country, but it wasn't that popular then. China called an emergency meeting with more than 100,000 participants to figure out a way to stabilize the country's economy after it was shaken by China's COVID-19 measures and restrictions. Since the lockdown, in many cities, especially Shanghai, the financial hub of China, the economy of the country was really suffered. China has said that they expect its economy to grow by 5.5% this year. It had grown by 8.1% last year and 2.3% the year before that, the slowest pace in decades for China. Hi everybody, this week we are interviewing Jonathan Ravat, who is an amazing person. He works in interfaith dialogue, is a teacher, and has a great journey as well. His advice is really different and inspiring, and I really hope you enjoy.
Well, I'm Jonathan Ravat, and I'm now 41 years old, a Mauritian-born and Mauritian-made man. I've gone through several experiences in Mauritius. Each of my experiences and readings and research and studies were in Mauritius. I'm the eldest children of two children with my parents, and my younger brother is called Sebastian. I was brought up in Catrobon, born in Beaubassin, brought up in Catrobon, went to primary school, of course, pre-primary, but also secondary at Collège du Saint-Esprit, for which I'm a very, very proud college. I'm very proud of this college. And then at the age of 17 years old, I started to get involved through a youth group for which I was a founder, called in French GAZA, Groupe d'Ados Solidaires Altruistes. And then I started to get involved in my Collège Saint-Esprit, which was celebrating its 60th birthday anniversary, I think. And then, life was in such a way that I got several opportunities to continue to get involved, to get engaged in social field and in interfaith dialogue, and also in my own religious, spiritual upbringing. So I continued in several lines in Mauritius, but with a lot of opportunities for going abroad for conferences, some studies, networks, etc., etc. I think that this sort of ideal, those fundamental ideas were received in me from my parents and my grandparents. I always say that I'm a good blend of my four grandparents, because this whole question of love for life, for God, faith, and the question of being involved in social sector and interfaith dialogue. My grandparents started this. Well, I guess themselves, they received it from their parents and grandparents. My parents were great followers in this, and they encouraged me a lot in this field. And then I continued. I chose to pursue my tertiary studies in Mauritius. So I went to the University of Mauritius until a PhD in anthropology of religions, and which allowed me to voice out another passion, which is sacred text. I'm passionate about reading, researching, studying sacred texts. I mean, mainly the three sacred texts of the three main religions in Mauritius and in the world. That is the Bible for Christianity, Vedas for Hinduism, and Quran for Islam. and I continued I managed to work as well simultaneously by doing my PhD, and that was a very good decision, because alongside academic experience, I had professional experience. And now I'm still at the institute where I work here, Institute Cardinal Jean Mangeo, and I'm the head of a social, economic, and politics studies section there. Engage in courses, in conference, in events, etc. But I'm also involved in the social work sector with NGOs, the Council of Religions for Interfaith Dialogue, and with the state, because I'm a member of National Human Rights Commission and the National Social Inclusion Foundation. So I have a real great, amazing opportunity to be able to, to be in several sectors: the private, the public, the religious, the interreligious, and the NGO sector. Those 5 sectors. I must confess, living a sort of blend, a sort of crossover or cross-fertilization of those different sectors. That's a very, very amazing, stimulating life.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that is truly.
And how did COVID-19 affect what you do?
Well, I think that first, I was quite amazed by the number of messages, be it on WhatsApp or Messenger or email, whatever, of people saying that the world is changing, that everything will be different, and that nothing will be in the same order. I must confess that I was quite not much moved by such excitement, excuse me. I was quite more relaxed, more cautious, more academic maybe, and I think COVID-19 helped me to think about my own involvement in the world, to think about the world and all those geopolitics and geoeconomics trend and flux, and transactions, etc. But then, more specifically for me, COVID-19 had an impact because I had to reinvent myself through the digital use of computers, of Zoom, and Microsoft Teams, etc., etc. And I realized that I was quite not eager to participate in such digital transformation because I was maybe some sort of old-fashioned, quite classical, teaching and lecturing mano a mano. I'm still prefer to meet people, to be physically and geographically with people. But I must confess that this was an opportunity for me to reinvent my rapport, my relationship with technology, and so that I can use technology in the service of mankind, in service of reaching out people, of disseminating information and lectures and courses. And today, I always say I'm a converti of this of the digital, because I realize that there are indeed people who may have some problems sometimes, either on a short term or an ad hoc problem or a medium term problem about accessing information or accessing lectures, meetings, etc. And now we are more in a blended mode, and that's extremely interesting. Well, how we can manage people in front of me, just to take an example, but a very specific example, but also simultaneously throughout the screen virtually. Well, quite that's interesting. As long as the digital reality is in the service of mankind, brings people all together. I think that can be quite interesting.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, of course, besides those very practical things, I think that COVID-19 can can be sort of opportunity to reflect about the world, about, as I told you, those geopolitical, geo-economical, geostrategical elements. And in so doing, it allowed us, Mauritians, to lift up our view. Sometimes you have tendency, because we are an island, we just look at ourselves. We consider ourselves a bit at the center of the world over Indian Ocean. But sometimes it's good that we take a sort of relax, a sort of time and recul, as we say in French, so that we can develop a more global and systemic view. And this is important, especially for us, because for XY reason, due to our history, we may not have been brought, to think systemically, more widely.
Yeah. I think,
That's true. Thank you so much.
And finally, what is your advice to kids?
To kids.
Yeah.
I think kids must be who they are. What is kids? That is, kids can't take the whole problem of the world or the universe. I think they have to be, and there's a very interesting term in Sanskrit called Swadharma. Swadharma, Swadharma, that is to go to do our duty alongside our phase in life. For kids, it's time to be to play, to be open to entertainment, to relax, to be open to the world.
Yeah.
But simultaneously, I do believe that we can be kids, children, and also to be interested in things that were supposed to be adult things, like environment, like poverty, like health, like computer. I do believe that we can be kids, we can play, well, of course, do entertainment, etc., but also study, go to school, follow their studies, but also follow their ideas, insights, intuitions, and follow their wisdom, because kids also have wisdom, not just wise people of adult or seniors, but kids also have wisdom to follow some insights that connect them to the world. And I think that we are more and more now in this 21st century with a sort of awakening of consciousness among kids, young people, young adults, but also adults that are reinventing their rapport with the world, with life, with happiness. We are no more in the classical, well-established 20th century paradigm. I mean, of course, we must not be naive. Not every people will agree with me. There are still people we are in the same paradigm as the early, or mid, or end 20th century, of course. But I think that we must not neglect the difference between the 20th century and the 21st century. And this difference is already being, captured because we can see more and more people, young kids, young adults, etc., being sort of, a new level of consciousness, new consideration about human relationships, about the earth, about the sea, about the poor, about the climate, etc., etc. You have, of course, Greta Thunberg is an example of one among so many people, young and adults, that are having this new consciousness. So I think we must not be too serious. We have to be open. Of course, we have to be serious in studies, for example, but we have to be open to play, to entertainment as kids. But this does not prevent us to be open to the world, to look at some what we call adult affairs, politics, economics, environment, etc. I think this is possible, and this is paving the way to the 21st century kids and youth. Yeah, I think so. This is absolutely.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a new piece of advice. Thank you so much for your time today. It was absolutely great.
Welcome. Thank you very much for having invited me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You're a really unique person to interview, for sure.
You're welcome. So, thank you.
La Syrie est un pays situé en Asie. Sa capitale est Damas et sa population est de 17,5 millions d'habitants. De nombreux Syriens se plaignaient sous l'état de paix sous le président avant le conflit. La violence déboucha alors sur la guerre civile. Maintenant, malheureusement, la paix a un conflit et l'état de paix est très, très terrible. Le grand mosquée de Damas est la plus ancienne mosquée de pierre et c'était construite entre 705 et 715 années. Hi everybody, this week for the extra fun segment, I'm going to be talking about fruit. Some really fun facts about them, so I really hope you enjoy. Apples, peaches, and raspberries are all part of the rose family. Pumpkins, avocados, tomatoes, and cucumbers are all fruits and not vegetables. Not all oranges are in fact oranges. Apples give you more energy than coffee. A strawberry isn't actually a berry, but a banana is. Strawberries are the only fruit with seeds on the outside. Strawberries have about 200 seeds per strawberry. Apples stay afloat in water as they are 25% air. I really hope you enjoyed these fun facts about apples, bananas, strawberries, and all other kinds of fruits. Thank you. Hi everybody, this week for the Chinese segment, we're going to be learning about the months of the Chinese language. Last week, we learned about days of the week. I really hope you enjoyed and learned something. Let's recap what we learned last week. We learned how to say week, 星期. And then we remember that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are basically 星期and then the number. So Monday, as it's known as day 1, is 星期一. E is 1. Tuesday is 星期二. R is 2. Wednesday is 星期三. Thursday is 星期四. Friday is 星期五. And Saturday is 星期六. Do you remember how to say Sunday? Since Sunday is Sunday and has the word sun, we say 星期日, and 日 means sun. Hope you enjoyed the recap. Now let's go on to months. Months are really easy as well, as the month is just one word, yue. Yue also means moon. Yue. To say January, we would say month 1, but instead of saying the one after month, we say it before. So we say 1月. We don't say 月一, we say 1月. 一 is 1, as you remember. 月 is month or moon. So that's January. February is 2月. 2月. March is 3月. 3月. April is 4月. 4月. May is 5月. 5月. As you can see, it's just the number of the month and then yue. And since U is 5 and yue is month, May is 5月, 5th month. June, since it's 6th month, is 6月. 6月. July, 7月. 7月. August is 8月. 8月. September is 9月. 9th month, 9月. October is 10月. 10月. November is 11月. 10 is 10 and E is 1, thus making 11. So 11th month, November, is 11月. And finally, December is 12月. I really hope you enjoyed. 再见!